Good morning, Nick.
Hi there. Hi, Alison.
Just let me introduce myself. My name's Alison Lawton. I'm the contact centre manager here at Chat Heroes. So it's my responsibility with my team to represent yourself online through live chat. Now, this box here on the right-hand side is ourselves, and that box normally will proactively open after a certain amount of seconds when somebody visited your website. Can I just check, have you used live chat before, Nick?
No, I haven't.
You haven't. Okay, great. Well, as I say, this box would proactively open after a certain amount of seconds. That's discussed with yourself and myself once somebody started trial. For demo purposes, because I've used it quite a lot, I've clicked on that to open the box. Now, your visitors can do the same. They have the choice to open the box themselves or wait for it to proactively open. Now, this message within the box itself, again, can be set to anything you wish to have it set to. And it can have a different messaging for different URLs. So if somebody came in on your review page or on your case study page or pricing page, we could have a different message set
All
to
right, that's
each
clever.
URL.
So
Yeah,
depending what page I go on, there'll be a
yeah,
different message on it.
correct. If that's how you wanted it to be set up. A lot of clients are quite happy with the general wording, but we can be flexible and do something for yourself and bespoke it to yourself. Now, as I say, my agents, my team represent you online from the hours of 9 a.m. till 10 p.m. Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. weekends and bank holidays. So we physically close on Christmas Day. So we're there for 85 hours of the week to interact with your website visitors and possibly people that you didn't know existed. Okay, if you've got any questions throughout, Nick, please just head them to me as we go through. So the box itself, what we see when we take that chat, it looks very different. This is the back end of what we actually see. We use a software called Snap Engage, and that software is a Canadian software, and it's been used by ourselves for coming up to 3 years. We've got a pretty good reputation, and um, with the developers, we've got a good relationship with them, what I'm trying to say. And so if there's any settings or any features that we know that we're looking for, we can discuss with them. The agents, this is where the chat will pop up on the left, and we've got this box down here to answer and to, go through the questions and stuff as well. Now, every client has a widget, and a widget is a piece of code, and it's unique to every single client. So within that widget, we have the different settings, styles, options, and proactive settings. This is where we would change the message for yourself depending on the URLs. All of the information that we take from website visitors is confidential and it's only there for your use. We're covered by privacy policies, data protection and everything, so please don't worry that we're using that information. We're not.
How easy is it to install the widget then?
The widget's very easy. It's one line of code that we would send to you, and it's literally cut and pasted into the footer area of your website before HTML and body.
Yeah.
So it takes actually about 30 seconds to do.
Oh, brilliant.
Depends how technical you are. You might need a website developer to do it for you. But we can guide you through how to do it if you have got some technical knowledge yourself.
Okay, thank you.
Now, just for yourself, every conversation that we have on chat is logged in the system. We know when we've recorded a chat or when we haven't recorded a chat, everything is still logged. When we say record a chat, the only time we would record a chat would be basically if we've took that client's information for yourself. That chat would come to you within 60 seconds of the chat ending. And the ones that are still logged, you will still get access to them on a weekly report. Now let me just show you what a
So I see there that that you can differentiate whether that client has come from a desktop or a mobile device.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
very powerful.
yeah. It is. Now I can show you on that how that works, and I'll show you on the weekly report because you can see it better. So just go back to the transcript. This is what a transcript looks like, and this is what will come to your email account. Obviously, you've got the date and time. and the agent that's took the chat, and you'll see what chat was, the words of that chat. Now, on the weekly report that you were sent, you got a little bit more information. That weekly report is automated from the system. It comes through Snap Engage for a 1 week period. So you get to see how many chats have taken place in that 1 week. You'll get a breakdown of whether they were reactive, and that means when somebody's clicked on the live chat to open it, or whether they've waited for that box to open itself. You also get a breakdown of the response times. We do as a business aim to respond to every chat within 25 seconds. We do occasionally, well, as much as we can, respond quicker. And sometimes it is longer. Now, the only reason it might be longer is if the agents have got the maximum amount of chats that they can take and there is a queue forming. If somebody is faced with a queue, they will get a message and they can still leave their details and a message which would get sent to yourself. But like I say, we do aim to respond as quickly as we possibly can.
Those are very quick times. I mean, I've actually waited for likes of Barclays and the like. I've actually waited over 5 minutes for people to actually get back to me. So,
well, we do aim, as I say, to be as quick as we can. And we do what we can basically. The report itself. Now, the information on here is a little bit more in detail. Obviously, these are the chats that have taken place, and you could click on any one of those chats and it would take you right back to the transcript I initially showed you. So it would have the conversation on there, whatever that conversation took place. Now, this is the page that it's referred from, so you can see that this person came through Google. So on the weekly reports, you get a little bit more information on where that person, what the entry page was on. Obviously, you've still got your time, date and the chat itself. But if you look through this weekly report, I'll just bounce back here, it gives you the dates and the times that that person came on. So if you were going to do a marketing campaign or any ads, you might pick a Tuesday because it's a very popular day for somebody to be on your website, and you might pick a time in, 11 o'clock, for example. But the report, I like to say to clients, don't ignore this report when it comes out every week, because it has got a bit more information on there than you might have expected. And it's got every single chat that's taken place, so nothing is actually hidden from yourselves. So the conversations we have, you've got access to every single conversation. What I also like to say to people, because I do like to build that relationship with the clients, is please check the reports. If you needed to update your FAQs, please do so. If you have any concerns, pick up the phone and speak to me. I can't change anything and make it, happen or anything better if I don't know about it. So yes, we offer customer service, and that's a prime area for us, giving a good customer service, because we are representing your business online professionally. So we need to make sure that we're doing that job to the best of our abilities at every time. So I like to build that relationship. Now, once somebody actually signs up for the trial, you just click on Start Trial Now. There's a very brief application form to complete. And once you've completed that application form, you are then guided to a portal. Now, we've created this portal in-house to assist the client to make that sign-up process quicker and easier. And this is there for yourself to log into at any time to change your FAQs. FAQs are the most important part of live chat. If we don't know what you want us to say to your website visitors, then we're not going to represent you to, the professional standard that we like. So the FAQs are there for your input, and we've got some basic core questions that we need from yourself. A lot of people have promotions, discounts that they're happy to give. But most importantly, we want to know what your expectations are of live chat. As I say, that relationship that we've built with yourself, we want to make sure that we've met those expectations. The thing, an average value of a sale or a lead, what would that mean to you if somebody, we got the contact details of somebody who got them sent through to you? How much would that mean to you, as a profit to your business? We have got many stats, and we can convert, up to 50% of the chats we have to send as leads to yourself. And it depends on your traffic as well. Some people might only get a small amount of traffic. They might only have 2 or 3 chats a month. However, that could actually be worth, you know, £2,000-3,000 to you, depending on your industry. Whereas some people have got a lot of traffic and they get a lot of chats, and that conversion rate is higher and it could be worth more money. So things like that are just a little bit of information for us so we know where we're coming from for yourself. Now, the other thing as well, we've got some sector-specific FAQs that we put together, and this is for a guide. We're increasing this all of the time. I'm just going to pick a state agency just as an example there, Nick. So we put some pre-populated ones there as a guide for yourself. We know what people ask when they come on to chat. You know, and all you need to do is add the information for yourself, whether there's a link, for example, for a valuation tool, you know, whether you do mortgage advice, and there's, you know, people available to do that. Excuse me. So you just cut and paste the questions and the answers that you want us to chat for you. The other thing that's on this page as well is designing settings. Excuse me. We have got custom chat boxes available, and this is our default boxes. You can either choose one of our boxes with the logo, you can choose not to have the logo on there, or you could choose to have a custom box, and these are just some examples of the boxes that we have created. If you did want a custom box, there is a one-off fee for that, because one of my team needs to have design time to do it, and it's £29.99 plus VAT. And if you did want that option, you literally click on custom chat box, and we get an email or notification, and then we contact you to discuss
so
what
if I
that
want
box
my
looks
logo
like.
on it and the corporate colours and so on, it's just £29.99, a one-off fee, that's it.
Correct, that is correct, yes. Yeah. You can either have that throughout the trial or you can have that after the trial. A lot of people are happy to have it after trial, you know, if they want to continue with the service. If you did want to continue with the service, the pricing structure is very visible on the website. We start at £9.99 plus VAT a month, and it's up to 30 chats. It's then £149 up to 50 chats, £199 up to 100 chats, and then we fall into a customised price banding. Now, what I like to say to all the clients is at the end of your trial, we'll have a look at how many chats have been taken in total, and I always take 20% off that. The reason I do that, Nick, is because there's a lot of visitors pop on the website and they've opened the box by mistake. So I accommodate for, you know, people who didn't want to chat, and we take that figure off, and the pricing banding that you fall into, I believe, is a fair price banding, but it is a conversation that I would have with yourself at the end of that trial. The other thing to mention as well about the number of chats and obviously people clicking on, clicking off, Google Analytics, we can actually provide you with a code to sit within your Google Analytics, and it's a Snap Engage Google code. And what you would be able to see is the number of visitors who've closed the window before interacting on chat and the people that have clicked on to open. So it'll just give you a little bit more of a breakdown of real people who are actually on your site and who've interacted with the chat and not.
I can sort out who's a robot and who's not, because that's one of the challenges often.
Yeah, it is, that's correct. And I mean, obviously by people clicking off the chat box, you know that's a real person that hasn't wanted to interact, or naturally if they have, you will get a true feel of the amount of people that are real people looking on that website.
Yeah. Real stats. So you're saying then, because I don't know how many chats I'll have, because obviously I've not used the system before, so I can use the trial to get an idea which category I fall into, and really what the price is per month. But I think what you were saying earlier was that when looking at the frequently asked questions, the average cost of a lead, I can work out actually how much your lead's worth.
Yep.
And the fact you've got no contract tie-in, I think, is very, very good as well.
That's right. And as I say, all of that is, you know, very visible on the website. You know, nothing hidden. It's very upfront. There's no obligation after the end of trial either. We do find that most people do like to go ahead, but, you know, again, because there's no contract or tie-in, then, you know, what have you got to lose, really?
No, exactly. Give it a go. Absolutely.
I mean, like I say, you know, we've had clients, and like I say, there's different reviews on there, there's different case studies. We've had clients who within a week of trial, engineering manufacturing industry, they got one lead and it was worth £19,000 to them. But because they fall into the 30, you know, chat bracket, that's a really good success. You know, we've just had another industry car dealership. They've just made £100,000 in trial from 9 cars that, you know, has been sold through chat. So it works for some, it doesn't work for others, and but like I say, that's the whole point of the trial, so we can actually see what's going to come through and who's going to interact with us.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So was there any other questions about the reports or about, you know, the system itself at all?
So I actually get a report that shows how busy it is, when my busy times are.
It will, yeah, it will show you, absolutely. I mean, this is just a report from us for 1 week, and, you know, we found that for some reason Tuesdays are a really busy day, but you will actually get a feel of the busier times that people are on your website and interacting with chat. That is correct, yeah.
It's all very, very comprehensive. So to start the trial, all I need to do is hit the button.
That's right. Okay.
No, thank you, Alison. I really appreciate it.
If you need any other questions, give me a shout. I'm here.
Oh, that's your details there. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, there's details here. I'm available on both these numbers, and this does divert to my mobile if it's not answered in the office hours. So I'm available all the time.
Okay. No, I appreciate that, Alison. Thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome, Nick. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.